I was hoping the longer I grew my hair out, it would kind of turn into like a Lionel Cartwright kind of thing, and instead I'm feeling a little more Hulk Hogan these days. Always look better in a hat. The Big JD here with you. Welcome to another edition of Top 5 Tuesday. And yes, today we are going to be taking a look at a specific kind of song in country music history. We are focusing on answer songs, songs that were written specifically to answer other songs. What makes the top 5 in this list? Let's find out. At number 5, we've got Roy Clark and the Lawrence Welk Hee Haw Counter-Revolution Polka. Yes, it was played on Hee Haw in 1972, and this was Roy kind of doing a clapback to several different people. One was CBS, who had canceled Hee Haw in 1971. Hee Haw wound up going into syndication, and they would stay there for another 20 years, one of the most popular shows of that era. They were popular when they were on CBS, but they were cut during what was called the Rural Purge of 1971, where CBS decided that all rural programming needed to go. They said basically if you had a tree in your show, you were cut. They wanted urban programming on CBS, so all the country style shows, Hee Haw, Green Acres, they were all cut. This was Roy Clark's answer to that, and also an answer to the song, not really a song, a spoken word piece by Gil Scott-Heron that had come out at that time called The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, which also had some harsh words to say about rural-themed country kind of programming on television. So Roy Clark let it be known that there are people out there who like a little bit of country on their TV, and he did it with this fantastic polka, and also kind of a big How Do You Like Me Now to CBS as Hee Haw continued to be very popular in syndication. So that one's going to come in at number 5. At number 4, you got Skeeter Davis from 1970. She had a great response to what was one of the biggest hits of the time, and that was Hank Laughlin's Please Help Me, I'm Falling. She gave you the other side of that conversation with I Can't Help You, I'm Falling Too. A great answer song from Skeeter Davis. One of the underrated stars, I think, of that era. She was absolutely phenomenal and a great answer to Hank Laughlin, so she comes in at number 4. At number 3, it's Jeannie Black from 1960 with He'll Have to Stay, a response to He'll Have to Go, the huge hit by Jim Reeves. Now, this song is a telephone conversation by Jim Reeves telling the girl on the other end, you tell the guy there with you, he'll have to go. Well, this is the other side of that conversation. It's her answer saying, this guy treats me better, so guess what? He'll have to stay. Jeannie Black, great tune, a great response, and it comes in at number 3. At number 2, it's Jody Miller and Queen of the House, which is a takeoff of King of the Road by Roger Miller. No relation between these two, but Roger had a big hit with this song describing a day in the life of a hobo riding the rails. Her song, Queen of the House, all about your average stay-at-home housewife of the time, talking about the Queen of the House, and Jody Miller did a great job bringing that to the forefront and using a fantastic tune to do just that. Queen of the House, the takeoff of King of the Road, that's at number 2. At number 1, it is Kitty Wells. It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels, a number 1 hit for her in 1952, and a history-making number 1, as Kitty Wells became the first solo female act to hit number 1 on the country charts with this song, and it is a tremendous answer to Hank Thompson's Wild Side of Life. In that song, Thompson takes the role of a guy whose wife has left him for someone she met in a roadhouse, and he utters the line, I didn't know God made honky-tonk angels, taking the jilted lover approach to this one, and Kitty Wells and Jay Miller got together, and they wrote a great song about it, expressing frustration about how women were always made scapegoats for the man's fault in a given relationship. What they came up with, one of the greatest country tunes of all time, and talk about a history maker in 1952. This was a woman standing up and saying to the man, it's your fault, with the line, it wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels, as you said in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're still single, and that's caused many a good girl to go wrong. A great clapback from Kitty Wells, a fantastic tune, and a history maker for the first woman solo act to hit number 1 on the country charts. It's got to be number 1 on my list too. It Wasn't God Who Made Honky-Tonk Angels, the number 1 answer song in country music history. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back again next week with another Top 5.